Hello and welcome
Hi.
back. Today, I have a surprise for you. I'm sitting in the seat who actually has to do something, but we have a new face in front of the camera today, and he's going to be my moderator for today, and it's Max. So we have the greatest couple in world's history today. For all the German-speaking people or people who know about Max and Moritz. So it cannot get any better today. And Max will actually be in on Twitch more often.
That's right.
Um, I don't know if you want to share something, what you are going to do.
Right. So starting next week, I will give an intro to programming slash intro to TypeScript course to Stefan, who's also working at Arkansas, and he's never done any coding before. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. At least I hope so.
But I think he has done some programming before. At least he
Okay.
did some programming with me. I think he started with Swift actually, or Objective C maybe.
Okay.
But I think TypeScript might be something else for him. So that's fine.
We'll see. We'll
Yeah,
see how it goes.
should be very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, since it has been a long time with the Office Racer, and since Max is here for his first time, I will introduce some things to him that we did. So first off, you can switch the scene to the no hardware bound. Yes, that one.
There you go.
And today we're going to talk about this beast. Oh wait, this one right there. So
Looks very fancy.
looks very fancy. Yes. And hopefully the camera will work today. Gotta be kidding me. Worked a few minutes ago. Okay. So we are doing the Office Racer, and for some reason it is not getting better. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's okay. But at least you can see it. So this is what we already did is we have a shield on top. Let's see. There you go. So we have a shield on top, which will actually um, take get power from a battery. Should I have here? This one?
Hmm.
This one? Which will actually power the Raspberry Pi. And there's a Raspberry Pi 4 underneath it.
Okay.
And I can use also the GPIO pins to control the steering. And with this shield, especially, I can control the engine.
Cool.
Forward and going backwards. And everything, of course, should be somehow connected. So there shouldn't be any wires in here. And as you can see, no wires. Nothing going around except for the USB wires. But that's about it. No wires because we want to race this thing through the office.
Nice. And I think you told me before that there's gonna be more than one in the future.
That was
Wanna?
my hope for it, yeah. So I would like to have 3 or 4 of those, and they will be in our office. And if you have an access code, then you should be able to invite other people from the company to a little race after work.
Nice.
Yeah, and the main part about this is because we have a few other offices, not only the one in Karlsruhe. And since pandemic, but since Corona, we all started working at home for a little bit. So it would be nice to have this be accessible remotely. But since you can't see the racer when you're remotely, we wanted to have something like this in front of it. Nice camera.
Yeah.
And or this kind of camera. This is the original Raspberry Pi, I think 1.3 revision camera. Yeah. So this is a new one which I ordered, and as you can see, it has autofocus.
Okay.
But so far we had a little bit of a hiccup with our hardware. So today I had a really nice session with Andreas, our backend guy, and he was just like, "Well, try another Raspberry Pi."
Hmm.
And for some inexplicable reason, I didn't think about it that the Raspberry Pi could actually be the problem. So what I did, I connected an old Raspberry Pi 3 Oh, wrong side. Sorry. This is going to be really annoying for people who get seasick really easy. So Raspberry Pi 3. That's the one we're using now. And guess what?
It works.
It's working. Okay, I think you can stop the camera now.
Okay.
Go to the, yes, that one. And yeah, so for today, we will try to get this thing working. I already broke the old Raspberry Pi again, so I guess it's really fragile, and I don't really see a cheap one on sale somewhere. So it's a Raspberry Pi 4 with 2 gigabytes of RAM.
Okay.
Those aren't as cheap as they were when I bought them. So we are going to switch to the Raspberry Pi 3, and hopefully this will do everything else as well.
Yeah.
But since the video streaming part was the biggest problem so far, I would say we will just gonna start with that and try to figure out how to do this separately from everything else. And then we are, maybe today we will try to combine this with our Razer as well. Okay.
Cool. Looking forward to see what we can do.
Nice. Okay. So that would be all for the recap. And let's get into the code. So you can switch to the one.
This one?
Sounds good. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure this will be fine. Don't want to push it. Yeah, looks good. So we have actually a few programs we're running. So we need a server, which will actually be pretty easy to do. What did I do? So
is it like 3 below the one you currently have open? Server.py?
I think it's client Racer, client dummy, server.py, and server is the wrong one.
No, there's like the 5th maybe from the top, there's a server.py.
Ah, yeah, right.
There you go.
Good eyes. Okay, so the server will run a WebSocket on this socket, on this port.
Okay.
And I have 2 endpoints. I have a controller endpoint and a Racer endpoint. And the controller will register through the controller endpoint, of course, and will send all his communication through there. And the Racer will do the same thing on the Racer side. So far, we only want the controller to send something to the server and for the Racer to receive it.
Okay.
So it's not really both directions, just one direction for each. We already found out that if you want to send it, then you don't have a problem. If you only want to receive it, then you do have a problem, because for some random reason, the WebSocket will close if you don't send anything at all. So yeah, this is a server. It's not that much, just 120 lines, but there's also some debugging in it. The problem we had, let's see, so we wanted the controller, no, the Racer has a, where did I put it? Ah, no, I think the controller has it. Where to put in a timer? Oh, there you go. Okay. Of course. So the problem, okay, so I was wrong. The problem isn't receiving it, the problem is sending it. If you only send and you never receive anything, then the WebSocket will be closed.
Right.
So we had to do a time-sensitive receive, which will then cut off again. But we just need to tell the server, hey, we will also receive something, and then we go. And this little helper did this. So it will wait for a certain amount of time. This is really small, just to make sure the connection will stay alive.
Okay.
So, and of course we are gamers also here, so we have WADWS, WASD in German,
Okay.
to control the car.
And what about the XY axis? Straight or back? And can you even go backwards? Doesn't look like you can, right? It just says no, it says minus equals.
So
Okay,
we
yeah, never
have
mind.
yeah. So we can go through the code a little bit. So the main problem is if I
The X and Y is left and right, and
yeah. So the problem is that it always depends on what you do and how you want to capture the keyboard input.
Mhm.
So if you would just listen to the changed keys and send the input to the server and then to the eraser, then you will actually not get the correct image, or you do not get the correct behavior. So what we do is we will, if you push a button, then we will save the key you pressed to an array, and if then there's another event where you take your finger off the key, then it will remove it from the array.
Mhm.
And every time you do this, then you have a number of different keys in your array, and then you will go through here and you will determine, okay, if there's an A in it, then we'll start out with an X of 0, then we'll set the X to -1.
Okay.
If there's a D in it, then it will go to +1, which will then say, okay, if you press both, then it's going to be 0. And the same thing for W and S, so forward and backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you only say, okay, this one is pressed, send it, then you will not get the right picture. So this will actually make sure that if you press both sides, then you're not going anywhere. If you if you type left and right, then you're going straight. And if you're typing forward and backward, you're actually stopping.
Okay, but is it like just a tapping? So if you want to go straight, you have to tap it a few times to go straight?
No, it's actually just like in a normal racing game.
Mm-hmm.
You press
You hold
forward, you hold. So that was the main problem. You don't have to push it all the time, because I don't want to send any information to the server all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to send something if something is wrong. So if something changes.
Okay.
So if I press down, I can also. So I have here on press key and on release key.
Okay, I see.
I have the key pressed, and I will get the command from the key, which is actually the character, and I will add it to key pressed. And if I release it, then I will remove it from key pressed.
Mm-hmm.
That means at every time of the program running, I will only have those keys in there which I actually pressed.
Right.
And let's see. Oh, I can do this in PyCharm, which might be a little bit better. Oh, never mind. It's not better, because there's no easy key to change the font. Font editor, yes. 18 sounds good. Okay. No. So where were we? Eraser, communication, server. No, we wanted to have the controller. So let's see. Okay. So here the WebSocket is running. It's connected to the server. It will always send on the controller endpoint.
Mm-hmm.
And it will just keep on running all the time. And if so we wait for the server to receive to send us something, and then receive WebSocket process. And we wait actually, or we see if there's if the user press Q, then we will exit it. If he doesn't, then we will go through this and we will wait. We will find out what keys are actually pressed.
Okay.
And at the end, we will send a JSON to the server, which then the server will hand to the racer.
Okay.
So pretty simple.
Yeah.
We also programmed an autonomous driver, which would just randomly select any combination you can type in and send it to the server. Because we needed to have more racers and more controllers.
Okay.
And I don't always want to push buttons here and find out if the racer's still working. So yeah, this is just the autonomous racer. And of course I have a dummy racer as well, which will basically just receive the commands I was sent it to.
Mm-hmm.
And it will print it, of course.
Okay.
Okay. So one thing I can show for now is what I already started. Let's get my terminal up. Yes, might be too small. Okay, so we want to connect to this one. I named it something different because I wanted to make sure that I don't use the old one. And for some reason it doesn't work. What? Huh. Supposed to run. Oh, okay. Okay. What did I type wrong? It's not that.
Uh-oh.
Okay, let's run. Good start. What? Are you kidding me?
Do you have the QWERTY keyboard maybe? QWERTY, maybe you got it switched.
It's the same thing. What the? Oh, damn it.
There we go. Nice.
Yeah. Okay. Streamer, Python, yes. So I will first show you what it will actually do. Let's get this one open and see, it works.
Yeah, it does. It does.
So finally, it works. So first thing, this is awesome, and as you can see, the camera is actually pretty fast.
Yeah.
So I think for the speed that this racer will be on, I think it will be fine. So we will see how this will work.
How fast do you think that it's gonna be?
So far, it's not really fast. I do have an upgrade for it, so I have a bigger engine for it I can use.
Okay.
But we will see how fast the connection is if we have to send the data and send all the other stuff and be connected to the server and whatever. I think it might be a little bit tight on the bandwidth side. So just want to make sure if you get a picture every second, then of course you can't drive as fast as if you would get a picture every millisecond.
Okay.
Because if you, let's say you can see the wall and the next picture is being in front of the wall, then your car is driving too fast or the connection is too bad.
Makes sense.
So, yeah. That was my first concern, but so far I think it might be actually pretty good. But yeah, so the main problem here is the camera I used, this one, is actually an old one, but it works.
Mm-hmm.
And as you can see, there's no focus. There's no autofocus.
Yeah.
So if I would get too close to something or maybe even too far away, I'm not sure, let's see, then, well, might not be that bad. Because here you don't really, you know you will hit something, so I think that will be fine. Okay,
But just to be clear, we're using the old camera now, right?
we are using the old camera, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and let's cut this off, and you will see, got the HTML, got some kind of media type, and then broke pipe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's see, what does it actually do? It's actually pretty nice. So don't worry about the Pi camera. This is on my Mac, so there's no Pi camera, of course.
Yeah.
So I do have an HTML, which will, as we saw, say Raspberry Pi surveillance camera.
Yep.
This is actually from a tutorial I can also post. Let's see, where is it? Video streaming, is that the one? Camera. Yes, that's the one.
Okay.
So I will post it in the chat. So you can have a look. But I like it better with, yeah. Oh, that's a link. Yeah. So you get an HTML page, and there's actually an image in it, and the source of the image is an MJPEG. Didn't know what this was before, because I know a JPEG, didn't know an MJPEG. I thought it was a mini JPEG. But I guess it's some kind of moving JPEGs. So it's
okay.
Yeah, and that's the resolution right now, 640 by 480. So I think I would go for that. Looks pretty fast. The servers actually started here, so we need the Pi camera, which we got from a module. We will initialize it, and then so that we can use it, we will say as camera. We will create the output stream, which is just a small thing. So you have a buffer, you have a frame, should be set, and you have a condition. And actually it will just write the image to the buffer.
Yeah.
Nothing really special about it. Then, since we have the camera on the wrong side, upside down, I had to rotate the camera. But that's all right. So this was actually pretty easy, because as you can see, they already tried it before, and they just said, okay, just uncomment this line and set the correct degree. So that worked. This will also say to output it to our output and use the MJPEG format with it. And here we will actually just start the server, which will then send it right straight to our homepage, which will then end up being streamer local 800. And there you go.
Cool.
So,
very nice.
Yeah, got another connection. You get the HTML, and then you get the MJPEG. Yeah. And Half the Wild, of course, you're right. But isn't it your job?
Probably is.
So we do need an emoji for Max, And I'm pretty sure we will get one when he's the first one, or when he's actually in front of the other side of the camera,
Yeah, I
not the
hope so.
moderator side.
We have some
Oh, I
time.
think you will always be on the moderator side, right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So, but when it's his stream and when he's not busting my balls here over here, so all good. Okay. I also found another guide, which I tried before but didn't work, but hopefully it will do this in the stream. So I will cut this off. And as you can see here, another connection cut off.
Mhm.
That's fine. What? That's not the one. Where's the other one? Where did I put the other one? So we already had this, I think. That you can. Ah, no, I think that's the one. And MPV, SSH, this. Yeah. Yeah, I think that was the one. So we'll quit this. And we'll quit this. And then we will. Let's see if this works. Hopefully. Interesting.
You can't quit out of it?
MPV.
Okay.
So this is interesting. And I think, oh, did I? Yes, I did. I already had this for the last, skip this version. So
What are you doing now?
now I'm trying to connect to it, but I'm not sure. Plug and play, network stream. File, open, network. Okay. Oh, I looked at this before. Where's streamer, local, and now I need a port. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, great. Oh, come on. Of course not. Edit network. Ah, I tried it before and it worked. Why doesn't it work now? Huh. Okay. Never mind. So basically, we already know the camera is working, but now we have to find a way to make this somehow work with what we have in our app, our server. And I don't really want to open another server port for this. But I had Installation Pi camera, Raspbian, yes. Camera development. Pi camera class. Are you kidding me? What kind of documentation is this? Oh, you got it. Seriously? That's it?
That's not a lot.
And you always can click next. It's not gonna be more awesome. Ooh, there's something. Yeah. Basic recipes. Let's see if they do something cool. Sleep, warm up, capture to a PIL image, capturing resizes, capturing consistent images, capturing network stream, recording video to stream, recording to a network stream. Might be. Ooh, sockets. Nice. So.
Could you increase the size of the
Ooh,
website?
yes, of course.
Maybe
Sorry. Yes.
it's hard to read.
Is it better?
A bit, maybe 1 or 2 more. Yep, that's good.
Okay. So I do like the socket approach here.
Mm-hmm.
Because maybe I'll be able to pipe it through the thing I already have. Connection, run a viewer with an appropriate command line, and comment the mplay version if you would prefer to use mplay instead of VC. Okay. So, subprocess. The thing I don't see in here is where's the video coming from? Oh, okay. First server-side script, okay. Pipe it through the media player for display. Okay, okay. Connect the client socket. This, change the server to the host name. Yes. Okay, so here I do have this.
Mm-hmm.
And camera resolution, frame rate, preview, sleep. Start a preview and let the camera warm up for 2 seconds. Interesting. Ooh. Look at that. First time chat user, and he's already not following the rules. How do I... No. Ban? Yes. Booyah. All right.
Okay.
Okay, back to topic. So we have to start up, sleep for 2 seconds. Camera, start recording, connection, format, okay, wait recording. Stop, what? I don't want to just record for 60 seconds, what the who? Sign, script, okay. Connection close, client socket close, that's all nice, but I want to make sure. Plates as a server, waiting for a connection from the client, when it's accepted, blah, blah, blah. Okay, camera, recording. Would be awesome to know what the recording actually does. Wait, recording 60. Sounds like it's supposed to be 60 seconds. Start recording, wait for recording, stop recording. Okay. So I can maybe, Let's see. Okay, so this would be on the Razer side, right? Dun, 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 dun. Ah, wait, no, I don't think it's going to be on the Razer side. I think it's on the client Razer side. Because there I already have WebSockets. Ooh, and Razer, okay. So, I think sockets might be the new thing I have to use. Client socket, okay, well, never mind. Probably don't need it. Where do I need the time? Time sleep, okay, he sleeps there. Okay. So, let's see. We are already connected. Client socket. Make a file-like object out of the connection. Interesting. It's never used anymore. Okay, so we are going to handle command, main, connection, listen. Ooh, now it would be nice. Yeah. So the main part is I'm waiting for some kind of input from the server. But in parallel, I actually want to, when I'm connected to a controller, I actually want to send the video footage back. Which might be a bigger problem than I thought.
Yeah, it looks tricky enough.
So WebSockets connect, yeah. Okay. Well, I think I have a few things to do. I always also want to make sure that my Razer is still working, and so far you might be able to switch to another. Yes, that one.
This one?
Yes. So now I have to see. Turn around. Yes. So let's recap and get to an end before this, because this Raspberry Pi is of the third generation. Let's see, I can see it. And the problem with this one is that the shield I'm using right here does actually not power this Raspberry Pi. That's why I have a separate cable on it.
Okay.
So I have to figure out how to do this, because I want to use the camera as a battery and not some kind of cable to plug into an outlet.
But why does it not power it?
I don't know. I think there's a difference between Raspberry Pi 3 and Raspberry Pi 4. And I'm not quite sure yet if the Raspberry Pi 4 is even possible to be charged or powered by something like this shield.
Okay.
So that's something I have to do. Yeah, because right now, as you can see, no wheels, no nice looking anything, just a plain Raspberry Pi and a camera.
Yeah.
That doesn't look like a Razer. So we want to have all the setup we have right here.
And move it to the Raspberry 3.
Move it to the Raspberry 3, yeah.
Okay.
I hope really that this time it will work, or that I will get another Raspberry Pi 4. Not as expensive as they are right now, but we'll see. But I think with this, we will come to an end. Yes. And at least we got a clear view that the camera is working.
Yeah, that's good.
Yes. And yeah, so my topic or my work for the next 2 weeks, when I'm going to be on next, is to move everything to the Raspberry Pi 3, make it work, and have something nice for you to work with, so that we can finally get this project out of the way and make some space for some other projects, because I really want to have this done. And yeah.
Okay. Cool. Thanks. It was very fun. Thanks for having me. Bye-bye.
So, you're fast. So
yeah, okay. No, sorry. It's my first time.
Yeah, I know. So one last question from my side. I don't know if there are more questions from the audience, but how was it the first time as a moderator?
It was good. Yeah, it's a lot to take in. I've never done anything like it before, but yeah, I think I did okay. I hope so.
I think you did okay. And if you want to see this combination again, the Max and Moritz combination, tune in next time. I think the next stream is going to be on Friday next week.
Actually, Stefan and mine's TypeScript stream will be Thursday, probably next week.
Ooh, all right. Thursday it is.
Yeah. See you then.
Have a great weekend.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.